Do you struggle with finding the time to exercise when losing weight? Or just even finding time to exercise at any time for that matter? Hi, I'm Mike Erlob with another episode of Power Your Life by Flex PT. This is a really common problem that a lot of people have. It's that concept of time. And, that's really what we're talking about is the big problem is time. We just don't have enough of it. There are only so many hours in a day. It's kind of comes back to the old saying, what's more valuable, time or money? Money, you spend it, you make more of it. That's why they call it cash flow. It comes and goes. But time is the only thing that each and every one of us, we only have a finite amount of it, and we don't know how much we have. It could end tomorrow. It could end 80 years from now. We don't know how much time we have. That is our most valuable resource. And so many clients, even myself in my own weight loss journey, I struggled with finding the time in order to exercise. And, when I first started trying to lose weight, I really didn't know how to go about it. And I knew, I'd been a wrestler in high school, and then I'd spent time in the military. And so I knew, I got to exercise. So I'm going to go and I'm going to, I chose the stationary bike. I had a recumbent bike in my basement, and I would go and I would get on that thing and I would go for 45 to 60 minutes. I would do that 4 to 5 times a week. And, I started losing a little bit of weight, but I hit my wall and I couldn't lose any more weight. And I just started ramping up the time. And next thing I know, I was doing it every single day. And, I was either waking up early in the morning or trying to fit it in on the weekends. And it wasn't working. It took so much of my time. And to be honest with you, I hated it. I hated it. It was boring. I would watch, Netflix or something, but it was just incredibly boring. I did discover the importance of diet at that time and really started focusing on that. And I just kind of forgot all about, this exercise thing, put that by the, wayside. But then as I quickly discovered, you got to have that balance. If you're gonna have true weight loss that is sustainable, that's going to be for your entire life, and that you're not just going to lose it for this little period of time. None of us want to lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds just for a few months or a year and then put the weight back on. So, your weight loss, looks like we had technical difficulties there, but, we're back on again, so we're just going to keep powering through this topic. But, it's got to be sustainable. It's got to be something that you can do for the, rest of your life. And that was my problem, is I was unbalanced. You remember we talked about your weight loss vehicle. Think of it like the car, car that you're driving down the road and you're driving down the highway. It's the weight loss highway, and this car is carrying you there. And it's the vehicle, it's the program that you're going to be using in order to do that. And the wheels on your weight loss car, they've got to be balanced so you have a nice smooth ride. So it gets you from point A to point B and where you want to go and beyond, and it can do that sustainably. And my weight loss car, my wheels on that, they were so unbalanced. I was all focused on diet. I didn't do enough exercise. I wasn't, because I had been burned out on the exercise. I was tired of doing these long aerobic workouts. It just wasn't working for me. I didn't want to go to the gym all the time. So, and then I had completely ignored the mindset and the spiritual side of things, and it was unbalanced. It was a really bumpy ride. And through my journey, I've been able to realize and put these things together and understand that there's this whole picture. And I just wanted to touch upon the struggling with the time aspect. So, whenever you choose a workout program, because that exercise is important just as the diet is, it's got to meet some requirements. And one of those requirements is it has to be efficient. Okay? Hopefully my 4th grade spelling teacher is not watching right now, because I hope I spell things right. It has to be efficient. It has to be effective. Okay? And the workout program has to be productive and it has to be proven, meaning there has to be science behind it. It has to meet each of those. The biggest things for me: efficiency, effectiveness, productivity, and scientific proof. It's got to meet those. If we can check those boxes, then I've got a program that's going to be extremely effective. And, like I said, for years, I wasted so much time and energy on just these aerobic programs, hitting the stationary bike. I know other people like to go out and run, and nothing against running. It's a great form of exercise, but, quite honestly, it is not the best way to lose weight. It really isn't. That's when I discovered, the concept of the high intensity interval training. And of course, this isn't really this has been around for a while, but I really discovered how effective it could be and really started to adopt it and work it into my program. A high intensity interval training program allows you to burn more calories in a less period of time. And not only that, but not only burning more calories, it boosts your metabolism so you continue to burn calories for hours after the exercise. You can't ask for anything better than that. But what exactly is a high-intensity interval training program? What is a HIIT program? And that's what we're going to put right down here. So, high-intensity interval training, HIIT. So really, what is it? Well, by definition, it is a workout program that uses intervals or bursts of a super high-intensity exercise for a period of time, followed by a lower intensity interval. And then basically what you're doing is you're just cycling through this. But what we found is that when you do this, your ability to burn fat, burn calories, get in shape, and even get lean, you can do it in a much shorter period of time. The HIIT programs, you can do that in as little as 20 minutes. Some sources even say you could do it in 15, but I'd say 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, and you can have better weight loss ability, fat burning, calorie burning than you can just by doing the traditional 45 to 60 minutes stationary bike or just struggling on a stair stepper or going out and running, and it's a lot better for you. But the key to a high intensity interval training is it's got to be intense, okay? When you're doing that intense, the high intensity portion, you have got to push yourself. If you're not pushing yourself, you're not going to get the full benefit out of it. And that's why you have that period of a low intensity afterwards so your body can recover. That's really, really important. The other important thing to remember with this is it works really well if you're using body weight or full body weight movements and exercise, okay? So if you're moving your arms, you're moving your legs, you're moving your power muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your pecs, your deltoids, your lats, all of those, as you're contracting and using those all at one time is so much more effective. And that meets another requirement, actually, that I didn't write down for a lot of people is space. Space and equipment. That's another common issue that I hear people is that, hey, I don't have the space. Well, I'm going to tell you what, you can do a high intensity interval training program in your own bedroom. You could do it in a small living room. We're in a room right now that's about 10 by 12, and you could do a HIIT program in here. Full body movements, things like jumping jacks, push-ups, burpees, mountain climbers, all of those movements, they are extremely effective and they work really, really well. They don't require any kind of space or equipment. You can do them on your own. You can do them safely. The next requirement was that this needs to be proven. And, there's several studies out there, and we're actually going to be publishing these studies or the links to them down below in the comments when we post this Facebook Live session. But in 2012, there was a study by the National Institute of Health, and it showed that the HIIT programs actually did a better job burning fat faster than traditional exercise. There was another study in, I believe it was 2015, and it also showed that the high intensity interval training burned more calories in less time than traditional aerobic exercise. And then yet another study in 2014, it showed that the HIIT programs is a time-efficient exercise strategy. So, these programs, and that's why I've included this as we've put things together, and this is really exciting because we're still in the building stages of the 4-week weight loss system for busy moms and dads. We're finalizing some of the videos. The girls in the clinic are putting them together and putting the final touches on them, so it's really cool to see this thing, come together. But this meets the requirements that I had for being efficient, being effective, being productive, having space, equipment, and time. We check all of those boxes. And the next thing you know, bam, you're losing weight. And it doesn't get any better than that. And you're doing it in a short period of time. And that's really what we all want. We all want to get rid of that weight fast, get there as fast as we can and keep it off. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's been my experience with the high interval intensity training. Continue to comment, send messages to us. We're going to get back to those as soon as we can, and keep looking for more information on this program as we start to roll out the 4-week weight loss program for busy moms and dads. And until next time, stay healthy and keep moving forward.